Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another rant time. It's been a while since we've done this, and typically that means, there hasn't been a whole lot of bullshit happening lately, but recently, very recently actually at the time of this recording, there's actually been a new addition to Steam's Workshop, and judging by the title, if you can, guess what it may be, it's about paid modifications. Now, before we begin this, let me just run over a few glossary tips for those people who may not know what I'm specifically talking about. Now, Steam, for most people who play on a console, not on a PC, is a digital distribution service where you can buy games and play games online with. Think of it like GameStop and Xbox Live, PSN combined, you know what I mean? Where you can, fuck GameStop, digitally buy games and play them online. But that's essentially what it kind of is for the PC users. Now, it's not the only way to buy games. There's, people who don't even like Steam, so they go on stores like Desora or, G2A is more of keys. But you get the point. Steam is sort of a place where you buy games and play them online. It's a very popular one. In fact, the most popular, I believe. But what they've recently been doing, and if you don't know, Steam has something called Steam Workshop. Now, certain games support this, and two, I'll throw examples down, one heavily, I'll throw it down here, is Left 4 Dead 2 and The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Now, both of these are incredibly popular games, but I'll focus on Skyrim for this one. Now, if anyone here has played Skyrim, you know that the base game may be expansive, it's huge, DLCs add to it. But if you play it on the PC, you know that beyond the main scope of the game, the modifications that the community creates is godly impressive. It's amazing. Now, recently Steam has introduced an option where you can pay for certain mods. So instead of, getting a mod for free like a certain sword, you can now pay for that sword, and the money will go to Steam and the user creating the mod. And, you can pay whatever, as far as I've seen, it's a pay what you want system, so you can pay as low as 30 cents up to I think 25, 30 bucks and beyond. So you can do that. And that's an interesting feature. Now, you can also refund these, which is a new thing for Steam, I guess you could say, because refunding is not really their policy. But you can refund these mods up to 24 hours after your purchase and get your money back. So it's kind of cool on that respect, meaning if the mod ever fails to work, and God knows what happened, you can get your money back. If you're not satisfied by it or the description's wrong, you can get your money back and, possibly report for a violation. But that's what it is now. So there's a free store, and there's also a paid-for store. So meaning that if you make workshop mods, you can now get paid to make them. So basically the act of modding has now become, properly monetized, I guess you could say, or it's getting there. Now, historically, PC mods have been free. You could download mods for free, and you still can. There's entirely new regions you can download for Skyrim for free. And it doesn't even have to be Steam Workshop, whatnot. And if you are a real modder for Skyrim, I guess you could say, or any other game in general, big games, you probably go to Nexus forums. That's where the big mods are at. So, Steam getting paid mods may not even be a big deal for users anyways, but it sets kind of a weird trend. Mods, again, typically have been free. And with money comes both positives and negatives. Steam has basically pushed for an increase in modding support. So basically, this may not be the only moddable game. Maybe this is getting set up for, say, Grand Theft Auto 5, which were recently released on the PC. And getting prepped for those mods, it's going to be really cool seeing where things are headed because, Steam Workshop, love it or hate it, is an easy way to mod your games. You simply hit subscribe on something, it downloads all the packages, and it gets it all ready. You might have to do some extra stuff, but that's very minimal. It's an easy way to mod your games. Guilt-free, easy, blah, blah, blah. Now, say Grand Theft Auto 5 gets workshop support, which I don't think it'll even have, considering, the game fucking just came out without that support built in, and that's kind of weird considering, and I don't think Rockstar would really give them that privilege. But regardless, say you have Grand Theft Auto 5 and you can workshop your mods, and now instead of people just making free mods, you get paid mods, and that becomes kind of an issue because with money comes a lot of people trying to earn a quick buck. So whereas a mod might be incredibly popular, you might have people creating the same version of that mod, often lower quality. 15-20 redundancies exist on that store. And that creates an overflow. It's not even more mods, it's the fact that you got a gross quantity over quality gap at that point. And now that may not necessarily be true, I may just, this is just, negative thinking kicking in, but regardless, it's something that can happen. and it may happen, and I've seen it happen time and time before, really, in certain other areas. Not with just this topic, but with any other topic involving money and, PC gaming, I guess you could say, or aspects of PC gaming. So, the idea of modding getting paid for is a scary thought. Now, this doesn't mean that every single mod is going to be paid for. No. There's going to be communities that specifically mod, for free and entirely. Now, if you watched a recent Haunted Gaming Mod, most recent one, you may have seen Deus Ex gameplay, and that mod is the Nameless mod for Deus Ex. Now, Deus Ex, the Nameless mod, is a mod that was in development for 7 years, and these people released it for free, and it's a mod that changes the entire game. New characters, new weapons, new everything. It's an entirely new game. It's not like the old Deus Ex whatsoever, aside from it sharing the same game and, I guess, controls and whatnot, and engine, blah, 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 but it's a new game. Completely modded out over 7 years of development, and there you go. And that's not the only thing you've seen. There's mods for, it's like Grand Theft Auto Vice City, where it turns the entire city into a zombie town, God knows what. So, you have total conversion mods, you have God knows what coming out of anywhere. So it doesn't really mean that mods are going to be paid for. It just means it's something that's going to be hitting mainstream now that, Steam has sort of pushed that into the, foray. Now, again, these mods most of the time may just end up being, nude mods that you buy for, 50 cents, being the most popular character mods out there, and whatnot. And there might be certain levels that people make for, X amount of dollars. And that brings up a whole nother issue, too. This kind of, and I think, Valve definitely has this covered clearly, but it kind of brings this copyright issue, too, to the whole store as well. Say, for example, you have lore-breaking mods on Skyrim, such as infiltrating Metal Gear, and you have voices and God knows what thrown in there. It's going to be kind of an issue. You know what I mean? It's going to piss certain people off. And that also goes to another thing, too. There's going to be no quality control on these mods. Typically, the fact that you're going to be putting paid mods up there, and I don't know the entire procedure, too. Maybe, Valve might pay a fucking truckload of people, highly unlikely, to sit down and test every single paid mod, which, again, isn't going to happen. Let's be fair here. That's not the way this stuff works. So, at the end of the day, it's going to be like the free store, except, people are going to make a quick buck off, nude mod A or, item B, whatnot. And, it's going to be the occasional great mod, but it kind of opens the door for oversaturation. Now, don't ever think that out of nowhere, free mods are going anywhere. Guys, free mods are here to stay. In fact, this isn't going to change anything. Free mods are still going to rival over anything. That's just how it works, and that's how it's always sort of worked. I mean, this stuff has happened kind of before, people trying to sell their own mods out. Number 8 might have been met with a cease and desist, and B, it never really caught on, and when it did, it was usually ended up released for free anyways. But, as far as people being scared of the fact that there's a paid mod store going on, don't be scared. It's just something new introduced, and, most of the time, it's just going to balance itself out. And there's so many mods out there. If you're worried that you're going to run out of free mods to play for Skyrim, think again. There's millions out there, and they are pretty extensive. If you can finish every mod for Skyrim, I will personally... I don't know what I'll do, but I will fucking do whatever. I will do whatever you want if you can finish every friggin' mod on Skyrim. And that is, I am going to promise you on that one if you do it. Because it is kind of grossly impossible. But it's nothing to be scared of. Is it kind of a weird trend to see? Kind of, but it's nothing new. At the end of the day, I want to ask you in the comments below, what is your favorite game and what is your favorite mod for it, I guess you could say. Or hell, what's your favorite mod in general? And... what do you think about paid mods on Steam? Let me know in the comments below. I really like reading the comments for the rant times. Trust me, it's really interesting seeing, anyone's, thoughts on the matter too. But that's essentially it on the subject. So, if you like what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe. This is me, Mudahar, and I'm out.